Hello all and welcome to Star Citizen with me, Ironside McCall. Thank you so much for joining me, and you join me on my day 2 of Invictus Fleet Week. And today we have the rather remarkable, because they've got lots of ground vehicles and also ships to show us, the Anvil Aerospace Company. So let's get started, and as we make our way up, just a quick server note. As you can see, it is quite buggy, quite laggy. I've had 130k already trying to do this video, so hopefully, fingers crossed, it will be okay for us at the moment. I would like to say a big thank you as well to all the new subscribers since the latest video. There's been a few more joined, so welcome to all you lot for joining. Thank you so much, and for all the kind words and comments that you've been putting on the latest couple of videos. It really means a lot to me, so thank you again for that one. So let's get started. Quick look at the Convention Center Event Hall map. So we've just got the Center Hall, and then we've got Hall 1 and the lower deck as well to go and have a look at. So we've got the Gladiator and Arrow, the big Carrack in the middle, Terrapin, Hawk, Pisces, Rescue Pisces, and then we've got 2 Hornets, Valkyrie, Hurricane, the F8 Lightning. So we'll go inside the cockpit and have a look at that one. And downstairs we've got the Spartan, Ballista and Centurion. Awesome ground vehicles for Orgs and PvP. And the Crucible, Legionnaire and Liberator down in the holodeck. So let's get started. There's the big Carrack in the middle. Now I do have a Carrack, so I'm going to do some separate videos on that one, because it is a loaner for the Galaxy, which I'm waiting for, whenever that may be. So I'll give you a little bit of information about that one, but I will do some separate videos. So we'll start here and work our way around. So we've got the Anvil Arrow, first of all. Light fighter. Can pack a little bit of a punch, you know, if you're confident with your flying. Very quick, very maneuverable, popular with PvP and in Arena Commander. I'm sure everyone's had one of these as a loaner for something, so we don't really need to rent that one and have a look, because we've all seen it before. We've probably all flown one, and they are good ships. You know, they're very, very quick, very easy to fly. And you know, it's cute. Shall we say that? It's a good ship. Okay, let's move forwards and make our way around to the back of it. And what do we have up next? Can't quite make out that one just yet. Let's get a little bit closer. We have the Gladiator. So 2-man bomber, I believe this one is. You've got turret up the top here and your pilot seat as well. Quite a popular ship, not one that I would ever think of getting or renting or flying or using, but some people do. I'm sure there's some videos out there all about the Gladiator as well. I personally will not be using one. It's not my game style. I'm not confident enough, or you know, quite good enough with my flying and to warrant using it. I'm not a PvPer. I'm not really a bounty hunter. I'd prefer to take my big Corsair out and just blow stuff up with that, instead of try to test out my flying. That's my style. And here we have, smack bang in the middle, you see the size of it, the Anvil Carrack. One of 2 ships with a med bed. The other one is the 890 jump, and we've got the Carrack, 2 med beds. By that I mean that you can set as your spawn point. Only 2 ships currently in game with that capability, so it's popular for Orgs, popular for PvP, because you can just load up a load of gear in it, set your spawn point, and boom, you're ready to go again. It's got also a large cargo hold, so you can do some hauling in it. So no need to get the Carrack and a separate hauler, really. It is also the largest ship where the pilot has no control over weapons, so you will need a crew to fully man it if you're to utilize it for, you know, for all of its capabilities, because there are a lot of turrets and there's a lot of firepower, the equivalent of like 400 eyes worth of firepower on there that you've got. So highly worth getting yourself a fully manned crew. and going and just having some fun in it. It is a good a good ship. You can also fit a couple of Ursas in the garage, some other ground vehicles in the garage. You can fit 2 Pisces in it as well. One obviously in the hangar, and then one on top of the hangar, because the hangar will have some gravity, so it will stay on there. You can put another ship on there as well. I'm going to try and see if I can fit the Carrack on top, because I think that would look cool, but a 100i, possibly a 300 series would fit on there as well. So that's something to try out and have some fun with also. So there's your Carrack. One thing I would recommend about the Carrack, if you do decide to get one, first thing to upgrade would be your quantum drive to the TS3, because the stock one is just shocking. It's so slow, it's terrible. The spool up time and everything, it's not fun. I'll put it that way. Moving along. This little beauty of a ship, the Terrapin, I've rented one of these because I just think it's so good. So I've rented one to do some bunkers in, to do some drop box missions, and see what else we can do. It's heavily armoured, very tough little ship, as you can imagine by the name Terrapin, you know, a hard shell. Not much firepower in it, and its main purpose is not an option in game yet. It's not a gameplay loop, which is scanning for data delivery and other scanning needs. That's your scanning seat here in the middle. So as soon as that is available in game, you will see a lot more of these ships flying around. I've got one small complaint with it, and that is I'm not sure why it's so expensive on the pledge store for such a small ship that you can't even fully utilize in game. I don't know why it's as expensive as it is at the moment. Maybe someone has an idea on that. You can drop a comment down, and we can have a little discussion about it, because I still think it's ridiculously overpriced. But anyway, a good ship. I've rented one. I'll do a video. Making our way over. I think this one was the Hawk. Is it? Yeah. The Hawk. Rented one of these as well, because it has a cool feature, which is a prison in the back. So let's enter the prisoner's seat. There it comes out. In we go. And you are now in jail. Effectively. And as soon as the NPC bounties come out, which I think will be soon, and from what I've been reading, this ship will be a very good solo bounty hunter ship. I think you can also, perhaps not at the minute, I remember seeing somewhere that you might be able to, we'll exit, you might be able to log out in that seat, or you could, or maybe you can't now. So it could have been a viable bed logging situation as well. Not sure how it would have worked if you could actually get out though, but I will definitely give it a try. I love the look of it. It does have some transformation as well, which we'll go through. It obviously looks like a Hawk with the Talon-esque landing gears. It can pack a little bit of a punch. Very good for solo bounty hunting, especially when the NPC one comes in and you can actually capture someone. That will be fun and exciting. Chuck them in the back, deliver them to where they need to go. Bish, bash, bosh. And next one up here, the last one we have, we'll do a little bit of a sprint around before we go and look in the Hall 2. You got your 2 Pisces. You get one of these with your Carrack, not the rescue one obviously, you just get a standard Pisces. Good ships, everyone loves the Pisces, you know, you can't go wrong with it. You can have your pilot who can control everything and two mates with you as well. Small cargo hold, so you can do a little bit of hauling, but not really worth it, to be honest. Do box missions in it. You can't get a ground vehicle in it, obviously. It's far too small for that. But a good little ship to fly around with your mates in, and if you've got a Carrack, obviously, 3-man Carrack, not too bad. I would recommend having a few more. But a very nice ship. Pisces, the most recent addition to the Pisces, the medical one. It's just a tier 3 bed, so you can't set a spawn point. It can rehydrate you, obviously, as well, but be careful with that one because your hydration levels will go down quicker if you use a med bed instead of food and beverages. So very popular for medical people, medical gameplay. They just go and lie on the bed and fix you up, and then can take you up to the Carrack, of course, for some proper, we will say, medical treatment. So that's what we've got up top. We've rented 2 of them, the Terrapin and the Hawk, to do something in. I still also have the other 2 ships that I rented yesterday to do something in, but Anvil are here for 2 days, so I can do that tomorrow and then do the Terrapin and the Hawk the following day. It's going to be a very busy week, but it's a good job. I love it. So we'll make it our way into Hall 2, where we've got, what is it, the Valk, the Lightning, Hornets, Hurricane, and then we'll go downstairs. Making a beeline, obviously, to the Lightning over here. Now, like I said yesterday, you can't rent it, unfortunately. There's no renting coming up, but you can enter the pilot seat, and just wait till you see this. Those of you that don't know, look at the firepower there on the right hand side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 weapons you have access to in this very maneuverable fighter. For a decent fighter pilot, this ship is phenomenal. Very, very deadly. If anyone has one, or if anyone's flown one, please let me know how good it is, how much you enjoyed it. If you know of any videos I can go and watch and possibly comment on as well, because that is insane. The amount of firepower. Look at it. It looks so good as well. I'm jealous of anyone that has one. I keep saying hello. Good. Stay like that. I keep saying as well, I'm not a combat pilot. I don't do it. I don't like PvP. But if you had a ship like this, it would be rude not to. So you would still go out and try it. If you die, you die. You know, nothing's going to happen until the game's released. You die, you just respawn and go over again. So I would definitely try it in that ship. Moving along. The Hurricane. Heavily armoured. Can pack a hell of a punch with its loadout as well. The Hurricane. A very good heavy fighter. I do, however, prefer the look of the Vanguard series from yesterday. I do prefer the look of those ships. And when it becomes modular, I think they'll be better. But I've seen a lot of people flying around in the Hurricanes and using them. I've seen just as many people in the Warden as well, and the Sentinel, the most popular of the Vanguard series. So, you know, it's personal preference at this stage. It does pack a hell of a punch with its loadout, and it is, you know, it's got some good hull HP as well. Utilised right with a decent flyer. Very deadly ship to come up against. Let's move on. We've got the classic, most popular dropship, possibly, I would say, in the verse at the minute, and it's the Valkyrie dropship with a very large garage in as well, so you can put you can chuck an Ursa in there. You can also chuck a few rocks in. I've seen people do. Oh, there we are. Yeah, I was just checking and seeing what he was doing. It is a dropship. You obviously have your manned weapons here next to the exit, so you can give cover fire to your comrades, your marines jumping out. Very good ship. Yeah, I've seen people using it for rock mining because it's quick to get in and out of the cockpit, and it's a large enough garage that you can just zoom quite quickly into with your rock. So it's good for that. The Hornet, this is the F7 Hornet, and there's the other variant, and there's the F7A, the Mark II. I'm not entirely sure what the difference between the two is, so if anybody knows, please let me know. I'm not going to rent one of these because it's not something I will fly around in, but it's essentially the baby version of a Hurricane. So it's a medium fighter, so tougher than the Arrow, quite a lot tougher than the Arrow. Very maneuverable, can pack quite a punch as well. Used with a skilled pilot, very deadly ship to come up against. You do have different variants as well that aren't on display during Invictus, but they were on display for IAE. So you've got the Wildfire, which is a custom loadout for Arena Commander, and it's got a very nice livery on it as well. You've got the Super Hornet, which is a two-seater version with a heavy loadout as well. Super Hornet does a lot of good damage. You've got the Hornet Tracker as well, which does sacrifice that turret for a scanner, a tracker, which isn't a gameplay loot at the minute. So you've got two ships within Anvil that do scanning, which isn't available. So, you know, decide amongst yourselves what you're going to do with that ship if you have one. And then you've got the Ghost, which, as the namesake sounds, is your stealthy, deadly version of the Hornet. So there's your Hornets. Good popular ships. A lot of people have the Super Hornet. I have a friend who's got the Super Hornet. I've been in it during... What was it during? During a big event. I can't remember which one, where we were taking out the Idrises. What was that one? But the Idris was a tough ship, so it took a lot of us to take it out. But it was fun flying around, fun being in the turret of the Super Hornet. So we'll make our way downstairs, check out what's there, and then we'll call it a day. I still love coming down these stairs into the lower deck, because it's just so... They've done such a good job making it feel realistic with the sound and the way everything looks. I know I said it yesterday, but I'm going to say it again. Right, let's move on. The Ballista. Look at that. Very popular with PvP orgs. Very popular for orgs that like to hold ground, to hold a specific location, a drop zone or a bunker or something like that. You know, when they're making their own sandbox games, because you've got all these anti-aircraft missiles on the back, which pack quite a punch. So they are very popular with those types of orgs. Also fun to have if you just want to whiz around and try something interesting, like firing them out the back of a C2 or something like that, which people have done, and it looks great fun. So there's your Ballista. Working our way round to the end. I think what was next? Was it like the Spartan and the Centurion? Something like that. Similar ground vehicles. They look similar, but they just do it in a slightly different way. So the Centurion here, as you can see, you've got your energy turret instead of the missiles on the back. Packs a hell of a punch as well. Can really provide some excellent cover, anti-aircraft wise, for your org, your PvP mates, or however your imagination, whatever your imagination can think of with these guns. They look so good. I do like them. Here we have the last one. Yep, the Spartan. Just double checking. Which I think is the latest edition, the Spartan. Which is Armoured Personnel Transport. I was just about to go in, but someone beat me to it. Let's just... Oh no, I don't want to rent it. I don't need to rent that one. Open. I can hear some doors opening. Anyway, so this is personnel transport. So you can fit... Ah, there we go. He's got 9 tails on. Here we go. Oh. Stop opening the doors. Oh, we got a couple of people just chilling out. Are they NPCs? I think they are. That's cool. Got some NPCs just chilling in the Spartan. So you've got up to, what, you got to 8. So carry up to a maximum of 8 personnel plus you as the driver. Very highly armoured as well. What, are you just opening the doors? Fun. Fun. So that's a good ship. It's like a Ursa's big brother. You know, you land away from a bunker or land away from somewhere, and you can take a lot of people in. Double the Ursa's amount of people. Right. We got 3 ships in the Hollow Viewers. So let's start with the first one here. And we have the Crucible. So-called Flying 2-box. The Crucible is Anvil Aerospace's first dedicated repair ship, featuring rotating control bridge and a detachable pressurized workspace. Cool. The Crucible is a versatile mobile garage equipped with repair arms, drone operation center, and all the equipment needed to overhaul a damaged craft back to fighting shape. So, for all those big orgs and big groups of mates that like to get together to play when the game has larger distances to travel and you've got dogfights and space battles far away from anywhere, you're going to need something like this to then help repair your fleet, basically. It doesn't restock and it doesn't refuel like we had with the one yesterday from Aegis. So not quite as good in my opinion, but it may offer more in the regards to repairing your ship. But if that's your game style, if that's the group of peeps that you fly around with, very needed indeed for when the vastness of the verse improves. Middle. What is this one? The Legionnaire. This is the boarding ship. So good for piracy gameplay, I would imagine. So lots of different boarding attachments, so you can easily, I'll say it again, easily board a plethora of different types of ship. It will have excellent control with those VTOLs, I imagine, on the sides to make sure that's quickly and easily executed so you can get your crew in and back on board safely. I'd be really excited to see this one come out and some people utilizing it in gameplay videos to see how good it is. Not something that I imagine I will be using just yet, if at all, but I imagine a lot of people will enjoy using this, especially if piracy in PES is going the way it is. Good. Moving forward to the last ship. And we have the Legionnaire, was it? Oh, Liberator even. Sorry, my bad. The Liberator. I've seen a few people announcing they've got one of these. I think I've got a friend who has one as well over in Discord. And open air vehicle carrier. So your fleet carrier, basically, which you will need if the verse, I say if, hopefully when the verse expands to the size they want, you're going to need a fleet carrier to carry your fleet in, and then you're going to need a repair ship. So Anvil are covering all bases, so they've got you well geared up to be able to have your own fleet. So you've got the Carrack with your medbed in it and cargo shipping, and with all the cool pool table and so on in it. And then you've got all your fighters as well that can go alongside it. You've got all the ground vehicles as well that can fit in these ships. You've got a repair ship coming. You've got a fleet carrier coming. Your entire fleet could just be Anvil when this game is finally finished, which isn't a bad thing. I mean, they are good ships and it covers you with everything, which well done. Well done, Anvil. Well done, CIG. Good show. Well done. So, we will end this video here. Hopefully you enjoyed that little tour of Anvil and what they have to show this year at Invictus. Didn't quite see all of the Hornets, but we did see them at IAE. I imagine we'll see them again this year at IAE. They are good fun to go and have a look at. The Wildfire looks really good with its livery. It's quite unique in comparison to the other Hornets. So there we have it. Thank you so much for sticking through watching this one. If you did like it, please hit that like button. If you've not yet subscribed, also hit the subscribe button, because we do have the awesome, I'd say awesome, 500 subscriber giveaway of the Reliant Carrack. I will throw in a paint as well, and if we hit 500 subscribers, I say if, it's a big if, we're a little shy of, what are we? I think on recording we're 308 subscribers now. So if we get to 500 by the end of Invictus, the paint I throw in will be the Invictus paint. So you can have a nice fresh Carrack with the Invictus paint on it as well. If we don't hit it for Invictus, you'll get another paint. But the Invictus one is cool. Looks very, very good on the Reliant series. If you haven't also checked out the Discord yet, please go along and check that one out. I'll be announcing a new screenshot competition and another competition on top of that one as well, for all my Discord members to get involved in. And there will be a cash prize, I say cash, credits prize to the winner in the shape of, this time, 200,000 credits for the winning screenshot. That will be a Discord competition. So if that's something you'll be interested in, please make sure you subscribe and then come along and join the Discord server. Link will be in the description. One more thank you for all the kind comments that I received in the past couple of videos and new subscribers. Thank you so much. Take care all. Have a great week. Have a great fleet week flying all these awesome ships. And I'll see you next time.